Good evening once again. You're welcome to the curriculum where we talk about education. Tonight we're discussing Obuasi once again. Close to a decade ago, Obuasi municipality has always been ranked the top when it comes to basic education certificate examination. However, the irony here is that the municipality is challenged when it comes to modern physical infrastructural facilities to facilitate teaching and learning there. The Education Directorate, it would surprise you to know that it is housed in a dilapidated building, a wooden structure, and yet they are performing. Tonight, we're looking at how we can get and how stakeholders within the education industry, how we can discuss the educational infrastructural deficit in Obuasi municipality. How can we help Obuasi to compensate Obuasi as it does well in BC, and how the infrastructure would be up to standard as well. Tonight, we have the people of Obuasi here in the studio as usual. Three gentlemen that have just joined us in the studio to do the discussion. I have to my immediate left Mr. Kennedy Kwatiah. He is the Assistant Director of Education in charge of monitoring and supervision of Obuasi Education Directorate. Next to him we're honored to have Nana Owusu at Brempong. He's the Bogobini Odikuro, that's the Chief of Bogobini, coming to us from Obuasi. He's also a government appointee to Obuasi Municipal Assembly. Next to him is Mr. Aboagye Ohene-Adu. He's a Senior Manager for Sustainability, Anglogold, Ashanti, Obuasi. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us from Obuasi.
Thank you.
Yes, we will be asking our viewers, our listeners, to join us somewhere along the way as we discuss the issues of Obuasi, so the people of Obuasi can take notes and call us. The lines will be opened and it will be on your screen in a moment. Our friends at social media can send us a text message via our WhatsApp number, which is 0505-311-879. That's WhatsApp number again is 0505-311-879. Please do not call that number, text only. Join us via Twitter, also hashtag CurriculumGH, and also follow our handle at CurriculumGH. This program is coming to us by courtesy of Star Ghana, Strengthening Transparency, Accountability, Responsiveness Ghana. Tonight we are discussing Obuasi, how we can enhance teaching and learning environments in Obuasi Basic Schools as the best performer in BECE. I'd like to start with you, Nana.
Yeah, madam.
All right. Whose responsibility is it, Nana?
Yes.
To ensure that there's adequate classrooms for pupils? Is it the central government, as we always think? Is it the private sector? Whose responsibility? Is it collective?
Thank you very much, madam, for the first thing. It affords me the pleasure to be part of this laudable program, the curriculum. Well, you know, because of the decentralization program, the government has shifted, you see, power to the assemblies, and the assemblies also have some responsibilities, because when you are given power, it must be accompanied with a responsibility. So it is the responsibility of the Obuasi Municipal Assembly to provide adequate and, in fact, suitable accommodation for the people of Obuasi. So it is the responsibility of the National Assembly. And you know, you see, if the Assembly is spending between 50 and then 55% of its annual budget on education, then it goes without saying that the Assembly is education friendly. So the Assembly is prepared to face the challenges in terms of shortage of accommodation.
Mr. Aboagye, what about Mr. Ohene-Adu, what about the other stakeholders? I'm not of the view that is the responsibility of the Assembly. I don't think it's solely the responsibility. What do you think?
I think other stakeholders have a role to play as well. We at Anglogold, one of our values is to make the communities better off. for having been there. And so we have been committing a lot of funds into the provision of educational facilities for the operational areas in which we are working. I think it's everybody's responsibility to ensure that the educational standards are elevated to the necessary level, because education is the key to the future development of this country. So all stakeholders have a role to play. I don't think the government alone has the enough resources to actually provide all the facilities for education in this country.
Do you think that we have, when I say we here, I mean from Obuasi, have managed the stakeholders, because you're of the view that it shouldn't be just one, as in the government. The private sector, as in Anglogold, has been part of it. How would you say that there's been a shared responsibility when it comes to the issue of Obuasi?
Actually, we have been engaging the municipality, the Educational Directorate, and even the Traditional Council. We have a representation at the Municipal Assembly, so we contribute to the development of ideas and for the advancement of education. We are currently part of the committee that is developing the medium-term plan for Obuasi municipality. So I think we are contributing and engaging other partners, to see the way forward with respect to education and other areas of development.
Okay. Mr. Kwatiah, you're in charge of monitoring and supervision.
Monitoring and supervision.
I'm sure that you pick a lot of response when you go on the ground regarding the buildings.
Yes.
How that the buildings are leaking when there's when the rains come in, and then we also hear that some of the compounds, such as the Obuasi Methodist school, the one at Obuasi, when there's rains, then it's leaking, and then the compound is also waterlogged and all that, because there's no place for that. What do you think that should be, what do we do to ensure that the provision of school buildings meet the required standards?
Thank you. Let me say good evening to the good people of Ghana, especially those of Obuasi. As you rightly said, when we get to Obuasi Methodist JHS school or cluster of schools, when it's rained, the whole compound is flooded. It becomes very difficult for the students to walk through to the classrooms, and then the teachers as well. It affects contact hours seriously. As you rightly said, the moment they see that it is going to rain, it means they have to stop teaching and learning and then find a place to hide, so that after the rains, they can continue. If it rains the whole day, that means we've lost about 60% or 90% of the contact hours. So I think it will be appropriate for some of the community members. For instance, when you go to Adase, they have community-initiated program. They've constructed 3-unit classroom block, and then they've run out of funds, and they are waiting for the assembly to come in to support them. So if they can also take this initiative and try to construct gutters at the compound, so that when it rains, the erosion can be controlled. And then it is the responsibility of the assembly. Actually, they are doing well, but they still have more to do, so that they can renovate the school for us, so that at the end of the day, when it rains, the school will not be at the mercy of the weather, so that quality teaching and learning can take place.
Nana, you heard that from Mr. Kwatiah.
Yes.
You are government appointee to the assembly.
Yes.
We don't have the municipal chief executive here.
Yes.
He's saying that you should do more. You can do more.
Yes. I agree with him. We can do more. And Rome was not built in a day. It is the policy of the assembly to provide adequate infrastructure, so that even we can just do away with the shift system. You see, as he's saying, the shift system doesn't give adequate teacher-pupil contact hours. So we've drawn up a program that we are going to provide adequate school buildings. We'll provide even toilet facilities in every school. And we are also going to to provide even furniture and other equipment. But, you know, we are doing it gradually. You see, we are doing from phase to phase. So as he's saying, he's correct. We are doing what we can, but I think it will take us some time because of lack of funds. You know, in Ghana, our main challenge is lack of funds, and it's true. That even the Common Fund has been in abeyance for some time now, and we depend upon IGF, internal generated fund, and DDF, that is District Development Fund, and others. So with time, I think we'll be able to achieve our goal of providing adequate school buildings to the municipality.
Okay, there's a message for you from one Okuri in Pomposo. He's saying that Obuasi municipality can boast of a lot of basic schools, couple of SHS, but no tertiary institution. What is the way forward for the assembly and AGA?
Yeah.
You answered that, and then AGA will come in.
Yeah. You see, we are fortunate to have a very active MC. The current MC is a man of action, and in fact, he has been able to convince the assembly to establish a university in Obuasi. And thanks to this gentleman on my left, AGA people, in fact, they have been magnanimous. They have been very, very benevolent. They have provided us initially some accommodation to start with. So come next year, I think next year, January, we shall establish that university.
Okay.
Now, the first batch, of course, will be there, will be admitted.
So, Okuri Obuasi Pomposo, the message for you is that by early next year,
yes,
Obuasi should see the commencement of a university in your place. So,
yes.
Please hold them accountable. Nana Owusu Brempong
Yes.
is saying that you make sure that happens.
Yes.
But Nana, at a point in our documentary the last time, not on this one, this episode, the previous one,
Yes.
you said that the AGA is doing well, but not very much. They should do more.
Thank you.
I'm happy that
Thank
you and
so much.
AGA are here. So let's start fighting.
I'm so happy.
No, I'm here.
I'm
No
also
fighting.
happy that
Okay. No fighting.
No.
Okay.
Madam,
Okay.
you see, as soon as you step on the compound of AGA Primary School,
Okay.
you'll be welcomed with a serene, greenly environment. You see, dotted with beautiful flowers.
Right.
And you know, this, of course, motivates children
Exactly.
to attend school regularly.
Environment.
You see, it also is also conducive to teaching and learning.
Exactly.
You see, why not extend such facilities to us? You see, that is
To
that's the
others.
reason. Yes. Why is it that the AGA has limited these facilities
To AGA
yes,
school.
to AGA schools only, and not extending such facilities to us? You see, AGA can motivate its teachers.
Yes.
You see, AGA can provide equipment to the schools. AGA can provide textbooks and other things. Apparatus, that is teaching learning aids. Why not extend all these things to us? You see, so in fact, they have got a state department. Now, AGA could detail an estate officer to go to the various schools to beautify even the compounds, the schools. You see, that's the reason why I'm saying that they are doing something.
But they should do more.
But they should do more.
Have you made the attempt to reach out to them, the assembly, in this regard? AGA.
Yes.
Mr. Ohene-Adu, have you received?
I think my colleagues here will attest to what we have been doing in that community. I think we've built more than 12 schools in Obuasi.
Okay.
As part of the launching of the trust fund, we actually bought 8 minibuses and provided well over 100 computers to institutions, education institutions in the operational area. We've just completed 2 GHL blocks for 2 communities, and even the teachers' quarters for another community. So in terms of education, we are contributing a lot. Apart from that, apart from even the Trust Fund 1, as part of our community social investments, we've been doing a lot. We've provided used computers, we've built schools, we've fenced off schools. I mean, the municipal education guy can attest to it. We are doing so many things in the direction of education. I know we cannot, you see, our operation straddles about 5 districts or local government administration. We cover Adansi North, Adansi South, Amansie. You know, we are dealing with over 80 communities. So we have a lot of people to support. So our resources actually cannot actually stretch across all these communities. And so we have to plan. And that is why we need to engage other stakeholders so that we can actually do more to support what they are doing. Basically, the problem too has been that the royalty that is actually paid the government, only a small amount comes back to the communities. So they don't see the benefit of mining. And that is why they are always demanding more from AGA.
Okay, so there should be more, there should be a way for you to get other stakeholders to support you.
Exactly.
To give off more than
You
you're
also
doing.
have a role to play.
We are doing, that's why we're giving you this big platform.
Okay.
I bet you don't get any platform than what you have here. at
I
GT.
agree with you.
There's
I agree
no
with
other
you.
platform that you can
I
get.
agree with you.
Trust
Yeah.
me.
Thank you.
Madam, I think, Madam, I think,
I'll come back to AGA.
Madam,
but,
I
but
think
yeah.
he has agreed with me that AGA is doing something,
Yes.
but it could do
We
more.
are doing a lot. It's not something, we are doing a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, Madam,
Okay, go
honestly
ahead, Mr.
speaking,
Kwatiah.
we must appreciate what the AGA is doing.
Okay.
They are supporting us in terms of TLMs, as you rightly said.
Teaching
They've
and learning
supplied, yes,
materials.
materials. They've been supplying them, and then at a certain point in time, we had a CD which we could not open. We had to rise to their end so that they can download the information for us to print them out for the rest of the schools.
You had a CD you could not download.
Yeah, it was very difficult to get, you know, quality, maybe, what should I say?
ICT disk.
Yes,
Is it
something,
ICT
yes.
There were technical issues.
Yeah, it was highly technical. So we had to rise to their end. And then they were able to solve the problem for us.
Wait, who provided those? Was it AGA or who provided those CDs?
Actually, it was provided by, should I say, GS. It was a question of syllabus.
Mm.
And so
Yes.
there were some CDs provided that you could not access them.
When we had them, we were trying to, you know, we had ICT section at our end there, but we couldn't open the whole thing and download.
But at the
So-
end of the day, you were able to.
Yes, we
get
had
it
to
done.
rise to
show
AGA. And apart from that, they also, when it comes to question of, you know, construction of playing fields, most of our schools, especially BDM Experimental,
Yeah.
they constructed 6-unit classroom block. In addition, they constructed a nice football pitch. So they are contributing a lot. But it's only I'll try to play the role of Oliver West. I'll still ask for more.
Now, with regard to the establishment of the university, for instance,
Okay.
you know, we are reducing our footprint, and some of our facilities may become redundant. So, to facilitate the establishment, we are actually giving some of our facilities, you know, for the commencement of the university. Otherwise, it would have been delayed, you know, for a number of years because we have to put up new structures and that kind of thing. And so we are also excited about that project, and we are collaborating very well with the assembly to get this thing established.
Okay.
I think I've
Thank you very much.
praised you for that.
Yeah, Nana, thank you very much. This is the curriculum. We're discussing how we can enhance the teaching and learning infrastructure in Obuasi municipality as the top performer in BEC. We're getting a lot of messages here. Social media, people are calling instead of texting. sending us text messages. So we're having a hard time here accessing the text messages. Please do not call that number 0505311879. Someone here is saying that we Ghanaian people are happy about the future of education because our leaders are taking their children, are not happy because our leaders are taking their children outside the country to learn while there are schools here in Ghana. And I can see that name there. And someone says, I want to thank you for bringing this program. I know it's going to help our educational system. And that's from Abraham in Takrady. We're going to take a break here in a moment. We'll take a look at the footage from Obuasi. We'll take a look at the buildings that we're talking about on this show for the benefits of our viewers who did not watch the documentary last night. So we'll take a break. Welcome back. This is the curriculum. We're discussing Obuasi, how we can enhance the teaching and learning infrastructure in that municipality as the top performer in BECE. We are joined here in the studio. We are discussing Obuasi again. We have three gentlemen from Obuasi. Nana Owusu Brempong. He is the Bogobini, Odikuro, the chief of Bogobini. Also a government appointee to Obuasi Municipal Assembly. I have Aboagye Ohene-Adu. He's a senior manager for sustainability, Anglogold Ashanti, also from Obuasi. Kennedy Kwatiah, he's the assistant director of education in charge of monitoring and supervision, Obuasi Education Directorate. We're talking about supervision here. There's a message from one of the people who are texting us from KJB, who is saying that he's watching this program, Bright, from KJB, watching the program from KJB, and he's contributing. He's saying that supervision is a problem, is very poor, because sometimes the circuit supervisors don't show up at all for a whole term. That is from KJB. Mr. Circuit Supervisor, do you show up?
Well, yeah, he's talking about KJB, but in the case of Obuasi, we don't have much problem at all. Though we don't have the means, it's only 2 circuit supervisors who have motorbikes. But sometimes the directorate will provide fuel for an old vehicle, which will take them, drop them in their schools, and then whatever they want to do, they will do. And then the driver will go back and pick them. So we don't have much problem as far as monitoring and supervision is concerned.
Right.
Actually, we are handicapped, but we try our best. Sometimes they have to use their own money.
We're very Ghanaian. You are very Ghanaian, aren't you? That's what we hear. It's hard, but we are trying. That's the Ghanaian thing. It's hard, but we're trying.
We are trying our best.
Okay.
We are trying.
Ghanaian jargon. Ghanaian jargon.
And
Exactly. Ghanaian jargon.
Maybe as the program goes, same kind of different opportunities.
Yeah.
At Obuasi, our schools are not so much scattered.
When you say not scattered, you mean
They're not spread.
they're not spread?
Yeah, and then
out.
they are not so much distant from the Obuasi Central.
Okay.
So we can easily get access to some of the schools.
So that is
Sir,
there's
yes,
more
so
schools.
We have
within
more
the
schools, but
municipality.
when it comes to the question of monitoring the schools, we don't have much problem.
To reach the
Maybe,
schools.
yes, but when it comes to maybe KJB, they have problem with where the
Distance.
schools are located.
Okay. We'll get to KJB some other day and see what's happening there. Anyway, Mr. Ohene-Adu, we're talking about the directorates, the education directorates. You know the building. Have you been there?
Yeah,
In that wooden structure.
I was there 2 days ago.
You were there 2 years ago.
2 days.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
How is the condition?
I wouldn't say it doesn't look good, you know.
Do you have on your plans to help them out?
I think the current municipal directorate has actually raised that issue. He's discussed it with my MD. We need to look at it critically. You know, if we have redundant structures that can be given, or if there's a need, you know, to assist, then we have to align it with the medium-term plans and see how. But I think it's a collaborative effort.
Yeah. I know that the assembly themselves,
Yes,
because I was reading something on your budget.
Has acquired
I know the budget that you have a new site.
a new
that-
site,
and all
and,
that.
we are planning to.
Have you had a discussion with AGA, and have you had any, whether they will come in to support you?
Anyway, the MCD has been, and even MC, we have been discussing with the AGA.
AGA. But do
because
you know?
as he said, when they provided some accommodation for the university, and we put across also the question of that education office.
Education office. Mr. Ohene-Adu, are you aware of that? That the AGA is having any discussion with the assembly?
With
Regarding
respect to it's rather the municipal director himself who has actually raised the issue with us.
Yes.
But we have discussed the university in terms of its costs and all those things in the medium-term plans. But the facility there, you know, the trust fund is also available. I don't know whether we can actually channel that through the trust fund.
Is it possible?
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, these are things that we need to discuss and see the way
So it's
forward.
possible?
It's possible.
It's
I mean,
possible.
everything is possible, but it's a matter of time.
It's a matter of
And a
time.
matter of
So it's
facts.
possible that AGA can support
Yes.
All the
The
other
assembly.
stakeholders, all the other
Oh,
stakeholders.
you can get the
Yeah,
other
there are a
stakeholders
lot of
on board,
contractors on board. And then,
so that you can help the assembly with the education directors with a better image to be fitted as a top performer in BC.
It doesn't befit.
The building does not befit Obuasi. Obviously, we've been there, so we've all seen that, and we saw that on the documentary.
That's right.
Anyway, one issue that is of concern is Kwabnakwa.
Yes.
Kwabnakwa GSS. If you watched the documentary last night, the people there are crying because the buildings are not in a very good condition. They are very much afraid that when it rains or something could happen and, you know, the roof or the building could cave in, the students could be at risk. Do you know that situation?
No,
You're not aware of it.
You know, because what we do,
okay.
in terms of the trust fund, we have a rigorous process that is followed. There's an application process that has to be, you know, followed as well. And then there's the steering committee will have to adjudicate and advise the board, you know, based on the funding available. I think beginning of the trust fund establishment, we actually focus on education, as I've indicated earlier. We bought mini buses, we bought computers, we also built schools, you know, and so we have been focusing, and we know it's a critical area, and we will continue to focus on some of these things. But there are other needs as well that people are looking for now. We are going to toilet facilities and all sort of things.
Yeah.
So the needs are big.
The needs are big. Kwabnakwa does not have a toilet facility there, we're told.
well.
They do not have. And the assemblyman or
don't.
someone was
They don't.
lamenting that if the teachers want to, you know, go and ease themselves, there's not a place for them. And he was very, very sad. I mean, you could tell from the way he was speaking. He even said that he was sad. The fact that the students are doing well and that they are not being compensated by a good environment. Like you said, AGA has it, but others don't.
But in that case, how is the assembly prioritizing these activities? And that is
No,
what
I told you that the Assembly has a policy to provide toilet facilities within all the schools. You see, we've initiated a policy, and we are going to see it.
But what about the school?
And you see, even at the moment, any new building must have a toilet attached. You see, so we are doing our best.
And are there plans for Kwabnakwa, do you know?
Yeah, you see, last week, Wednesday, at our executive committee meeting, we were told by the West engineer that they had seen to it that the building had been pulled down.
Okay.
You see, the building which serves as a debt trap had been pulled down.
This is at Kwabnakwa Domia
Yeah,
School.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
the primary
really,
block.
really, we is going to receive, in fact, greater attention. It's going to receive.
Is this what you are saying, or that is what was said at the assembly?
That
Or
was,
you are telling us at this platform that you will make sure?
yes, I'll make sure.
Okay.
But I know
Okay.
that by all means the assembly will take it up.
Okay.
Because even yesterday when I watched the documentary, the assemblyman spoke bitterly about
Exactly.
it. And he is right.
And the fact that several letters have
Yes,
been written,
he's right.
but
I agree with you.
nobody seems to be helping them.
I
I
agree
think
with you.
they need help.
Yes.
And that's now.
Yeah.
So
They need help.
we'll hold you to task that
Okay.
Nana will make sure
I
that
will see to it.
Kwabnakwa gets help. Mr. Kwatiah,
I-
monitoring and
I will
supervision,
do
you're
my
right here
best.
on this platform.
Yeah.
You'll make sure that Nana gets to
Yeah,
your school.
Yes.
we will try to get in touch. As Nana rightly said, they are doing their best.
Okay.
But we still have about 10 schools which are running the shift system at Obuasi. You may not believe it. And some of them you have to... even if
Mainly because of infrastructure issues.
Yes,
Yes.
that's the problem.
Okay.
Lack of adequate
So
buildings.
they will
so-
have to run the
Yeah.
shift.
The shift system. So even if they construct 12-unit classroom block, that may not solve the problem at Independence cluster of schools because the enrollment is so large. You can get a class of 120 or 90 people in a class.
That is
And then at a certain point in time, they constructed a new block. And then we divided the school into two to run shift. But we still have A, B, and then CD in a block running the shift system.
That
So
is
we are praying that at Kwabrafoso and then Independence cluster of schools, they will construct additional classroom blocks for them.
How soon is this?
Well, we are praying. There are some right here. I think they wanted to construct 6-unit classroom block at Independence cluster of schools, but they realized that it was not solve the problem. So they decided to construct it elsewhere so that when they get adequate funds, they can put up 12-unit classroom block at Independence and of course Kwabrafoso.
That's a long-term thing. It's not immediate.
Yes.
No, there's another one, which is the Methodist.
The Methodist primary.
Yes. The story is that the assembly went in the AGA actually was going to do some maintenance work.
Yeah.
If you watch the documentary,
Yes.
it was picked up. But then later on, it was realized that upon consultation with the school and then the Methodist, I think the hierarchy,
The hierarchy,
they came out to say that it would not be proper to just do maintenance work, that the building has to be pulled down, because I understand it was built in 1901
Yes.
and that building is still being used.
Yes.
When it's raining, you see that they have all those buckets and things and
Yeah.
it's leaking.
Yeah,
not
it's
safe.
true. I saw
Yeah.
it yesterday and I was sad.
Yes. So if that school, and it's one of the best performing schools,
Oh,
the
yes,
teachers they
yes.
have,
shows
the
that it-
President's
yeah,
Awards,
yeah.
Otumfuo's Awards,
Yeah.
and they are doing very well.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, they are committed and
they are very
dedicated.
committed. You can
Mhm.
tell from,
Yeah.
yeah.
They are very committed.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So do we have a commitment from you for Methodist
From the Methodists.
to help them out?
In fact, I have a yeah. In fact, I will see my MC,
Okay.
and then we discuss it.
All right.
Yeah.
Nana says he will see
Yeah,
to it
I'll
that
see
Methodist
MC.
primary
Because
gets help.
When I saw the documentary yesterday,
All
I
right.
was very, very sad.
Nana, I'll come back to you. I have Vivian on the line. Vivian,
Hello.
you're on air.
Hello. Thank you very much. Good evening.
Good evening.
Please, may I know if it's only Methodist we are discussing or all the schools in Obuasi? Because I wanted to talk about Anglican school. That's my alma mater.
Go ahead, Vivian.
Can I talk about Anglican school?
You are welcome to speak about Anglican, Vivian.
Okay. I feel so bad when I go to Obuasi and I see Anglican school. The school where Sam Jonah attended. The place is mushy. There are no toilets. In fact, it's a shame when somebody comes to Obuasi and asks for where Sam Jonah attended primary school and you say it's Obuasi Anglican school. I think there needs to be something needs to be done about Obuasi Anglican school. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Vivian. I'm sure Sam Jonah somehow will hear this, that his school does not befit. It's probably the name. So Sam Jonah, wherever you are, there is call for help, that you need to help your school, Anglican school in Obuasi. Mr. Sam Jonah, the famous Sam Jonah. All right, that was Vivian. So Nana, you want to continue with your talk?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I want to-
Obuasi people are descending on us.
Okay.
Kofi from Obuasi, you're on air.
Yeah, good evening, madam.
Good evening, Kofi.
Yeah, what I want to say is that the building there is a shame. That is a district education office. It's a shame. And I will put the blame on all the directors who have been in the district for the past 20 years. Because I believe that he pushed a lot to 8 years. That building would have been constructed.
Thank you very much, Kofi from Obuasi. He's saying it's a shame. The building there that houses the directorate, Obuasi Education Directorate, is a shame. So over to you, the Assembly and all who matter in Obuasi. A call for help to address that situation, to for a better structure for the education office in Obuasi.
We are talking about infrastructure, but I think the documentary did not highlight on furniture. We have serious problem with furniture. In some of the schools, a dual desk is containing 3 pupils, sometimes 4. Though the assembly is doing their best, I must appreciate that, but they have more to do. And then the problem we are facing right now is the use of the school blocks or the classrooms for church activities. It is a major challenge to the directorates. When they display their TLMs you know, when the kids come in, they can go around and then they'll be reading. But you display them, and then at the end of the day, during the weekends, if you don't take them away and keep them in the cupboard and then you leave them, on Monday, you will not get them. But I don't know how best, should I say, stakeholders can come together. I'm not saying that we should not allow them to use the classrooms too.
Mr. Kwatiah, hold your thoughts on that change issue. We'll come back to it. I have Alex from Brempong. Alex, you're
Yeah.
there.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening, Alex.
Yeah, there was an issue of service supervisors not going out to supervise. That was raised by someone. Okay? And the issue is that service supervisors are not being provided with the necessary, incentives to do the job that they're supposed to do. They are not being provided with food because there's no money. And it's happening all over the country. It's not only peculiar to Obuasi. It's all over the country. And that's the issue that the nation needs to tackle. If the monies are provided, the supervisors will be ready to go to work. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Alex. Alex from Brempong is lamenting about the issue of no money.
No money.
He thinks that he thinks that it.
Monitoring.
It's not peculiar to Obuasi.
Hello,
Hello?
Lydia.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hello? Good evening.
Oh, Daniel from media. Daniel, you're on air.
Yes. I am enjoying the program. I am surprised to hear about Obuasi, the big Obuasi, the infrastructure I saw, very, very appalling. And the distance that the municipal assembly, I don't know what they are doing. Yes, the toilet facility. They be building community water people, they build institutional and trade long for many, many years. They did not have, so I'm surprised. They need to do something about it.
Okay, there you go. Daniel is saying there's a need. That's the call that we're all talking about. There's a need to address this issue of infrastructural deficit in Obuasi. We're learning that it's not only just the building, the issue of desks is also a problem. So I think that's a tip go for you, ATA. But then you were talking about the use of the classrooms. Can you round your thoughts on that for me?
By religious bodies.
Yes.
Well, I think there can be a bylaw so that we should make sure that when they use the facility, they will make sure that they keep them intact. During some occasions, they will have to take the chairs out of the classrooms. And then when they finish their service, they won't send them back. They will leave them at the mercy of the weather.
Okay.
And then the assembly is contributing a lot, paying a lot of money to, make them and then supply them to the schools.
Okay. Over to you, Nana. Your final thoughts.
Madam, fortunately, I'm a member of the Obuasi Local Council of Churches.
Okay.
And when we meet, I will put it across.
Thank you very
much. So
much.
that we see the leaders and we try to educate them.
Thank you very much. Mr. Ohene-Adu, your final thoughts.
I think it's the responsibility of the municipal assembly to ensure that these activities are either stopped or monitored properly. Because otherwise, we are wasting a lot of funds. We don't even have extra funds to cater for some of the needs, in the communities. So if we actually commit funds to it and we just waste it, then I don't think it's worth pursuing. So they need to monitor them.
Thank you very much. This has been the curriculum. Our district-specific discussions comes to an end on today's edition. Our next episode will look at comparative analysis across the 4 project districts. We'll follow up again also with success stories emanating from the project district. When we say success stories, we mean what has changed in the various districts after we've been there, Obuasi, Ho, Cape Coast, and Ashaiman. Ashaiman people, we're coming to you first, so stand by. Now, I'm getting a lot of comments from the people, some other people saying that we're talking Obuasi. What about the others? So we're moving from Obuasi to other places, so we'll be going across to our other 4 project districts. Thank you very much. Tonight we have been discussing this evening we've been discussing the issue of enhancing infrastructure facilities in Obuasi. Kennedy Kwatiah has joined us as the Assistant Director of Education in charge of monitoring and supervision. And Owusu, Brempong, Bogobini, Odikuro, Chief and Government appointee to Obuasi Municipal Assembly. Aboagye, Ohene-Adu, Senior Manager for Sustainability. Thank you very much. Anglogold, Ashanti, also from Obuasi. Thank you all for your time and have a good evening. My name is Rebecca Ekpe.